Hi, I'm Susan Peterson, and you are listening to Started from the Bottom, an entrepreneur-focused podcast on getting started. Here you will find all the mindset tools and resources you need to just get started.
I wish I could say I only still had one bad sickness a year.
You have kids.
I know it feels like it used to be that way, and now it's like several. You know?
Yeah.
Like I get at least one bad cold and one bad like flu-like situation.
Do you, I forgot what I was going to ask. Shoot, my brain. It's not good.
Do I prevent it in any way? No, I don't. Should I? Yes.
When you were younger, would you get sick a lot?
I did get sick a lot, yeah. But I got sick. I used to get strep a lot, but never enough to like get my tonsils out. I think you have to have it like 4 times within a certain amount of time, and I'd always get it like 3. And so finally I was like, I think I was 17, I got my tonsils out, and it was like the most painful thing I've ever done. It was the worst.
Now that my kids are older, I don't get sick that much.
Yeah, that's nice.
But do you get sinus infections?
Not usually. Mine usually resolve before it turns into a sinus infection.
I used to get all the sinus infections, and those are one of those things that until you get one, you don't realize.
Yeah, and then after that, you know what it feels like, and you're like, okay, I can feel this coming on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just get me
But
on
when
some...
people would say I have a sinus infection, I'd be like, grow up.
It's not a real sickness.
And now I'm like, oh, go home, go to bed. All right. Welcome to Started from the Bottom. Kim, how are you doing?
I'm good tonight. How are you?
A little sicky.
I am a little sick. I woke up with I actually feel fine. I just sound terrible. I woke up with a head cold.
Kim and I partied hard last night out at the Grizzlies hockey game.
The Maverick Center, yeah.
At the Mav. It was my birthday, and we went to the hockey game for it. And it was actually, I feel like they won because it was my birthday.
They put on a show.
Yeah.
They put on a show for you specifically.
There was like a couple of times where I was like, this must be because it was my birthday. Specifically, the ending fight.
Yeah, the ending fight was so good because we were right there.
Yeah,
like we couldn't have been any closer to that.
Literally all 10 players on the ice.
Yeah.
Fighting, hitting.
And did some come out from the stand? No.
No, you can't. Otherwise you get like suspended for the next game.
Okay, so they stayed.
Cam told me there's rules. We're really loose on the rules.
Listen, don't bog me down with these rules.
In hockey, they're open to interpretation anyway.
You would think so. I mean, you're allowed to some of the fights last night were pretty crazy.
They were epic. Do you guys like hockey? Do you follow the Sportish? Have we talked about this already?
Tell me about it.
On Instagram, Lily is her name. That could be wrong, so I'll tell you let me look her up. It's the Sportish, like
ish.
ISH. And she reports on all this, like who are the hottest hockey players during the Stanley Cup last year. But then also she does like the real stuff too. Like here's what you need to be paying attention to.
Which is kind of perfect for the type of fan that I am or would be. You know?
I'm the type of fan where everything in person, everything live is fun.
I'll watch any sport live.
Yeah. But on TV, I'm good.
Yeah.
I did watch the World Series.
World Cup?
I haven't gotten into the World Cup yet.
Because you're a Padres fan.
I'm a Padres fan. Yeah.
Right.
And they got so far this year. It was really good.
I watched I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched part of USA England was that Friday? World Cup.
Yeah, and it was 0. It ended at 0-0, 0 all.
Which I guess is a win for the US, but a loss for them, they were saying, for England.
Soccer's another one of those things. Or football. I don't really get it.
I don't get it, but I like it.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
I've been to some Real Salt Lake games. It's been a while, but they were always so fun.
Again, in person.
Yeah,
I'll watch anything. Jazz game, person. Yeah, I'm there.
And I think we went to a couple Galaxy games too when we lived in LA. Can't remember.
The soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, LA Galaxy. They're good.
That was when David Beckham was there.
Oh, wow. Wow. I'm sad I missed that.
I bet you are.
Oh, and then the most embarrassing thing happened last night, you guys. Something to know about Kim and I. Well, me.
I was going to say, there are a few things you could say right now, so I am waiting on bated breath. I do not know which way this is going, but I'm excited.
If you go to a hockey game, you have to pick a boyfriend on the ice.
Yeah.
And they are so cute on the ice. Actually, if you go to any major sports game, you have to pick a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then you can cheer for that person. It makes it better when they score or win.
Yeah, you have someone to get behind.
You're emotionally invested.
Yeah.
In the game. So we were there with our friend Cameron, who's going to be in the podcast soon. He owns Bam Bams. And he's like, let's go down, kind of see the players after the game. And he brought out one of them, gave me a hug. I'll post it. It was embarrassing. Ryan took a video. Because
is that what he took video of?
I'm a big talker.
Yeah.
And that boy got in front of me, and I'm a 44-year-old woman, married, happily married, in love with my husband, and I got flustered.
Yeah. I very rarely have I seen Susan quiet or embarrassed or
I'm blushing just thinking about it.
And all three of those happened last night.
Because I think I thought that I was a player.
Yeah.
And I'm absolutely not.
Do you think, though, I was thinking about this last night. Do you think that the fact that we've both been married for a long time and out of practice has made
no game.
Like, I feel like I used to be like totally fine to just be like kind of an idiot.
Yeah, for sure.
And I didn't get embarrassed, or if I did, I just was like, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm bright red and like heart eyes, you know?
Yeah.
Just like I can't speak, but yeah, I'll take a picture with you.
So he gave me his stick from the game.
Literal stick.
Hockey stick. Shut up. And I was blushing. He's a good player. Johnny Walker is his name. He fights a lot.
He's super nice and he's so fun to watch.
Yeah, but he is constantly running his mouth. Anyway, we talked about that a little bit. I realized, I just am all talk.
Yeah. That's okay.
It's fine because I have no business doing any of that anyway. It's better if we never meet the players again is what I decided last night.
Right. Like we don't want them to know, or, well, of course not them to know, but we kind of don't even really want it to be a reality. It's just like a fun little.
Yeah, it's a fun, like you have a boyfriend on the ice.
Like it's the same. I have a friend that, I'm a big Survivor fan. I don't know if you know this about me, but I have a friend that their whole family watches the first episode of Survivor together. And then the first day they choose like who they think's going to win. And then at the end, like whoever gets the farthest, there's usually like a pot of money or whatever.
Like they draft a survivor.
Yeah, they draft a survivor, which I was like, that's kind of what we're doing. Like we're just picking a guy to be like, yeah, you're great. Like we're going to root for you.
Drafting boyfriend.
Yeah.
Should we have a boyfriend draft?
We should.
Let's bring in Lily.
Like, have you seen all those, like lately it's like top 5, whatever. And there's 2 guys and they just like go back and forth.
Oh,
like top 5 yellow things or whatever.
Well, and like, Maddie did, the best girl bosses.
Okay.
And like Jan Livingston Gould was on there. Like that kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we should we'll bring in Lily. We'll have Lily come out.
Yeah, she needs to.
And she can help us draft sports boyfriends.
Is she local?
No, she lives in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's a big deal.
Yeah. She's a hockey fan. That's how she met her husband, actually. He was playing hockey in college.
Oh, just living the dream.
I know. She is actually living our dream. We're not mad about it.
No, not
she
at
has
all.
2 cute little kids. Okay. Shout out to the Sportish and Lily. Okay. So this week on the podcast, we have 2 people I'm really excited about. The first one is Lisa Richards. That's right, Lisa Richards. She, Lisa.
Yeah, Skin Boss.
You go to her, right?
It's almost funny. Like I think I didn't know her last name was Richards forever.
Because you just
Lisa Skin Boss.
Lisa Skin Boss. Yeah. And we're putting out 2 episodes on Wednesday. One is what we're calling an Ask a episode. And we'll be putting more of these out probably at the beginning of the year. And so we just did a lot of questions about skincare, and she answered them all. Those are really good.
That's one thing I like about Lisa, and is that if you go to her, the whole time she's just explaining the science behind everything. And maybe it's not as fascinating to everyone, but to me it is.
You know what? I appreciate that she knows it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I don't care.
I'm like, tell me all the things.
Yeah, because she really understands like skin and then product formulation.
Like at one point I was like, I should go to aesthetic school. But then I realized I don't actually want to do any of that for other people. You just want the knowledge. Which seems like a waste of money and time.
But imagine if you could work with Lisa.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool. So she comes on, and then I started working with Lisa. In fact, I have a ton of people ask me if I could be their mentor. And now that's why I have my mastermind that's kind of a way to manage that. But Lisa, we started working together probably like 5 years ago. Started mentoring her.
Was she your first mentee?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I thought.
Yeah, and it was strictly trade. And it continues to still be strictly trade.
I mean, I think you're both getting a great deal.
A great deal.
Lisa, if you're interested in adding me to that trade situation, I'm in.
Yeah, people are always like, what do you do to your skin? And it's like, what don't I do?
All the things.
And then we talk about kind of the mentoring journey and some of the mindset shifts she's had to go through. And a lot of it is around money. So if you have mental blocks around money, like I think this is a good episode for you, which a lot of women entrepreneurs do.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Ashley, Rose Reefs. It's actually coming out on her birthday.
Oh, her birthday's Friday?
Friday, yeah. Exciting. There's actually all my friends.
Is that what, the 2nd?
Mm-hmm. It's also my friend, let's see. I think there's 3 birthdays on Friday. No, just Ashley and Jess Toulson.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, 2. Not just, but those girls, yeah. So that one's fun. And we talk about, so Ashley's an influencer turned business owner, and she still influences.
Yeah.
But she is building her own product line called Better Body. And I love the way she approaches product development, which is, here's a product that I like, but I think for my use and for people like me, I think it could be better. And she figures out how to make it better and just tweaks stuff.
I think that's so smart, because there is something to being second to market.
Mm-hmm.
Fixing the problem with the first, making it better.
Yeah, and like testing the market, making sure that it's a viable product. And then if people are buying it, it's like, well, how could I make this better? I think it's totally cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we talk a lot about that. And so I'm excited. This week was Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, Kim?
Mine was really good.
What'd you guys do?
We ended up going to my mom's.
Okay.
It was really good.
What'd you bring?
I brought a few things, but I would say the crowning glory is a very Utah dish that I didn't realize most people probably don't have.
What is it?
It's a rainbow layered Jell-O.
You made rainbow layered Jell-O?
I did.
Do you have a picture of it?
I do, actually.
Can I share it on my Instagram tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Several pictures, because I'm so proud of it.
It is hard to make.
It takes so long, and it's hard to make.
Your pioneer ancestors would be so proud of you.
Yeah. Well, so
I don't think people realize you have to cook each layer in a pan, and then
you have to cool each layer. So I started
takes all day.
I was kind of a dummy and started about 10 p.m. So I finished about 3:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to wait for each layer to cool. Because you have to wait
30 minutes for each layer, and I think there's 8 or 10, maybe something.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make it for my Pride dinner that I go to.
You should.
Last year we made Yas Queen of Mons. And by we, I mean Christian made them. But I want to make the rainbow Jell-O.
Yeah, it was so good, and
did you do whipped topping on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my aunt, who's no longer my aunt, my uncle and she are divorced now, but she used to always bring it to Thanksgiving. So it's been quite a few years that we haven't had it.
Yeah.
And then I just was like, screw it, I'm doing this. And it was so good, and everyone forgot how delicious it is. And Davis was like, this is my favorite thing.
And it's so pretty.
But Bri was kind of making fun of it.
Bri?
She was like, that is the most Utah dish I've ever heard of.
And actually, we should do a poll to see if anyone outside of Utah
has anyone had it that isn't from here? Or doesn't have the connection to here.
Right. I only made one thing because Christian did all the cooking.
What did you make?
A Brussels sprout salad that I always make. It's really good, actually.
What's in it?
You just like thinly slice the Brussels sprouts,
Yeah.
and then you marinate them in like mustard vinaigrette with like champagne sauce, like champagne
dressing.
Yeah.
Yum.
Thank you for finishing that for me. It's there. I couldn't get it out. And you put it in the fridge for like an hour and then top it with Parmesan and pine and pistachios. It was really good.
Sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, and it keeps really good. And then I butter the rolls. I know that sounds...
Well, you're making it sound like you don't do much, but I've had your buttered rolls.
They're okay, so if you guys want to make the best rolls ever, don't make homemade rolls.
No.
Rhodes rolls.
Is where it's at.
It's where it's at. There's not, you can't actually, I haven't found homemade rolls that beat Rhodes.
Yeah, I don't think so. Especially for like the time.
But if you guys want to bring me rolls, then I can like do a side-by-side comparison. We'd be happy to do that.
The rolls.
Yeah. So we put out the rolls, but if you butter them and put salt on top.
I was going to say the salt is your like crowning glory.
Yes.
Delicious.
So I buttered the rolls.
Yeah.
And then I made the kids set the table. So
honestly, without the buttered rolls, it's nothing, you know?
Yeah. And then I opened the can of cranberry sauce. These were my contributions.
All very necessary items.
Yes.
You know?
I always feel like Christian's so good in the kitchen. So I sous chef a little where like I'll clean up some of his garbage as he's chopping or whatever.
Yeah.
But
just let him be.
Yeah, he's so good at it.
You do your stuff, he does his.
Exactly. I make the money, he makes the food. It's good.
It's a good partnership.
Are you excited about December? Like all of the traditions? Yeah. You have little kids still.
I mean, traditions, I feel like I have sort of a love-hate with.
Okay.
I feel like we did a lot of traditions, and not just around Christmas, but around like every holiday growing up. And then I married Davis, who doesn't want any traditions, and so it's been interesting to kind of change my mindset and be like, okay, I actually don't like that, so I don't want to do that. Just because it's December 13th doesn't mean I need to do whatever X, Y, or Z. But our big tradition, and this really was hard for me. It took me a long time to kind of get behind, but in the Cook Islands, where my husband's family's from, Christmas Eve is like their big thing.
They open all the gifts.
All the gifts.
On Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And then at night or in the morning?
At night. So Santa comes, I guess I don't know. I should, before I like say that this is a Cook Island thing, I guess I should ask more. But the
way that you guys,
at least for his family, they do all the gifts, like all the main stuff, which is mostly like family stuff, that night. Big dinner. We usually go to like Tucanos or something, open gifts, and then go to bed. And then there are Santa things in the morning, but that's the most minimal, which I actually at first didn't like. And now I really do like it as a parent.
Yeah, you just get it over with.
I get it over with, but also it's like, I don't know. There's always those things that it's like, well, Santa brought me this, and it's like someone else gets like socks or something, you know, or whatever. So I kind of like that Santa is more minimal in our traditions, but Christmas Eve was hard for me to get around because I was such like no, everything has to wait till Christmas morning, and it's the anticipation, and you're up all night, and honestly, it's just really about like being together, and we all have so much fun, and obviously my kids love opening before anyone else does, you know?
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun. But
we used to go to a movie every Christmas Eve, and we stopped that recently. I don't know why.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I don't like movies, so it's like my one movie a year.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like movies. I don't like sitting through a movie in the movie theater.
Yeah, you'll watch at home.
Yeah, I'll watch at home if I can do something.
Also, I feel like we used to go to movies a lot on holidays, and now I'm like, I want to go on a Tuesday at noon when no one else is there.
When no one is there. Yeah. Christmas Eve is usually pretty quiet, but
yeah, that's probably true.
So sometimes we'd open jammies. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think we're going to do that. As someone who works in e-commerce, where Q4 is just like, you are literally tapped out. Yeah. Like it is so busy until like the end of the shipping window, which is like the week before Christmas. Yeah. To add on top of it, like concerts and school stuff and all this stuff, I really just like being cozy at home.
It's all of that kind of, it just makes it so hard because it's like, it also feels like I learn about everything the day before.
Right.
And even if I have it in my calendar, somehow my kid's like, well, actually, I needed you to do this. And I don't know. So December feels hard for that reason. And so I think this year we're going to try and keep it a little more simple.
Last year, because I was recovering from my big like mental break, we just stayed home the whole month.
Yeah.
And it was actually so nice. And I think, well, my kids are older. I mean, Hattie's 16 now, Gus is 13. But I don't feel like anyone felt like they were missing out on stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And we made memories and had fun. And we were just cozy literally every night.
I do love like a good Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Not marathon, but like just turning on movies that remind me of Christmas. That's something that I'll probably keep doing. But
we watched a lot of The Office. Well, I started The Office again. It's about that time.
Yeah.
I started
every year?
Yeah, every December-ish I start it. Just watched the Dundies last night.
I actually haven't watched The Office in a really long time. I should watch it again.
I think I've watched it every year.
And are you strictly American Office or do you watch the British one?
Just American, and I skipped the first season.
Okay.
Because the first season's kind of, for me, a throwaway.
Well, the first season is exactly like the British one.
Yeah.
And I feel like I liked that one better. But as the American season starts to series starts to like go away from that one, that's when I really started liking it.
Yeah, the Dundies is just so classic. Pam gets kicked out of Chili's, lifetime ban. It's like what we all want in our life.
I might die if I got banned from Chili's.
I really would. And then we watched Downton Abbey last year, which is a fun show for kids. But Dairy Girls, I started watching with my mom. My dad, he's so he can't handle. He doesn't like watching TV.
Well, it's kind of a chaotic show too.
Yes.
You know,
my mom was crying tears. You guys have to watch Dairy Girls. It's so good. Okay, what have you been watching?
Okay, we watched a few this week. My husband got surgery last Monday, so he was home all week. So we kind of just like hung out and watched. But the two things we watched most of, he's a big Bachelor guy. Like, I don't actually watch The Bachelor myself, but he loves it. And so he wanted to watch this season of Bachelor in Paradise.
I feel like some of these shows, some guys get girlfriends just so they can watch these shows.
Yeah. Oh, and Davis is so like, he's not embarrassed about it at all.
Yeah.
Like this is, he is known for watching the dumbest and the worst shows, but it's so lovable, you know?
Okay. Yeah. So
he
watched a lot of Bachelor.
But yeah, he watched a lot of Bachelor in Paradise.
Okay. Bachelor in Paradise is the best
of all of them.
Of the Bachelor
I
franchise.
agree too.
Because it is just so chaotic. It's actually Love Island.
It's Love Island, but they make it like, this is a journey at love, you know? And it's like, is it? Because you're here for 3 weeks. Did you know it's only 3 weeks?
No, that's
Davis
amazing.
was thinking it was months, and we looked it up. It's 3 weeks.
That's amazing.
That they're there. And so supposedly by the end of 3 weeks, they're supposed to be engaged.
21 days. And some people don't come in till like day 10.
Right. And so you could have missed half of the season if you come in day 10.
Oh, I love it.
But there were some really funny ones. There was this one couple that I think they were together the whole time, Aaron and Genevieve. And they just had the dumbest arguments I've ever seen in my entire life. But they were both such like hotheads. She's constantly packing, saying she's leaving. He has to go and like stop her on like the trail, like with her bags.
Would she have anything in them?
Yeah, she packed everything. Like she seriously was doing this. The two that were the most funny to me was one time she was upset saying that he didn't spend enough time with her on a closed set where the people that you're allowed to interact with is limited, and it's just like you're together 24/7. How are you not spending enough time together?
Right.
Right. And she flipped out. And I mean, I'm not saying, honestly, I feel like he's just as much of a jerk as she was. Like, he belittled everything she said. But the other one that Davis was like crying over is they were arguing about whether itching and pain is the same thing.
They were arguing over this?
Like really
like
arguing.
She's going to leave?
Like she's out of here. And I don't even remember how it got resolved. I don't know if it did, but in the end, I'm not going to give spoilers. it's over, but whatever. But like they are just not, they're not compatible.
Don't you feel like, have you ever had a boyfriend that you've argued like that with?
Yes.
And it is the worst thing
and you
in the
can't
world.
help it.
No, you just hate them.
No, and everything they say is just like grating.
You shouldn't be with them.
No.
Genevieve, you
they
can do
should
better.
Not. But then they were always like, I love you so much. This, like, you're my person, you know, or whatever. And it's like, no. Like, there is not someone, there is, like, anyone else would be better than you two together.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What show do you wish you could watch again for the first time?
There's a few. I would say Friday Night Lights is one of them. Tim Riggins gets me every time.
He's so hot on Friday Night Lights.
And I think I would like to watch season 1 of Ted Lasso again.
I was just thinking Ted Lasso.
Yeah, I think for Ted Lasso, it was so surprising to me because it's just so heartwarming, and there was nothing like that on TV at the time. And it just felt like such a different thing than I had ever watched.
I wonder if I want to watch Tiger King again for the first time.
Oh my gosh. I would watch Tiger King again. Because that was every episode was so shocking. Like, it was like, this can't get crazier. And it's like, hold my drink. It can, you know?
Yes, exactly. I could do Friday Night Lights again. I want to say The Office, but I think if I watched it now, I would not get it.
Yeah.
And I'd be very concerned.
Yeah, I think I needed to get, like, it needed to be that time of life for it to be so funny.
That's what not Michael Scott, Steve Carell says.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a short window where it could have actually worked.
Yeah.
What about books? What do you think? What do you wish you could read again for the first time?
Books are harder. I think there's a book I read in like high school that I've always loved called The Chosen by, he's Jewish and I'm going to like mess this name up, but Chaim Potok or something. And that book was always like really profound to me for some reason. I really loved that. I would read that again for the first time. Or
I would read Harry Potter series.
Harry Potter would be really fun for the first time.
For the first time. And then now A Court of Thorn
I was thinking that.
So
because
good.
especially because once you get if you didn't know what was coming in 2 through whatever.
Yeah.
Like I was so into 1 when it was happening.
So into 1.
You know?
And then I realized how low my standards were by the time 2 came around.
And then I was like, wait, why was I okay with what was going on?
Yeah. It was subtle. But yeah. I would definitely. When people say they're reading it, I'm like, I wish I could read it again for the first time. It's so good. Have you read it, Abby? Abby's read them all. She agrees.
I heard that. I heard they're making a show.
They're making a show?
Yeah.
If they mess
Which is sad because it's like I have to watch season 1 knowing
I'm gonna be okay with everyone except for Cassian. I know I'm gonna be pissed.
I'll probably be pissed over
at
Cassian,
who they pick at Cassian, because he is my favorite.
Remember when we were only sending each other Reese?
Yes.
TikToks.
Yeah, but I mean, he's great.
He's great.
I need him to be really tall.
Yeah, he needs to be tall.
I don't know if when I watch movies,
actors aren't tall.
No, they're typically not tall. Hattie actually was watching Hunger Games again.
Yeah,
she was on a little marathon when I left, and the actor who plays PETA, who is it?
Oh, what's his name? It's like Josh something. Josh Hutcherson.
Josh Hutcherson. Now look at how tall he is.
Oh no. 5'6" or something.
No, shorter.
I can't even get it. Hold on.
I think he's 5'3".
Wait, how tall is she?
Hattie?
No.
Oh, Katniss. She's like 5'9". They had to do some tricky filming.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on boxes.
5'5".
5'5", which it's like an NBA player.
Yeah, so 5'4".
5'3" or 5'4", yeah. Well, guys, we won't see you next week, Kim.
No, but I'll be listening.
But we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for tuning in. Tell us what you guys want to talk about.
Yeah, leave comments.
We'll put up a comment box.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.